Hey guys, Taylor here, and the subject for today's insight video actually came kind of as a question that was left on one of my YouTube videos. In fact, I have said comment right here in front of me on my little phone here, so just give me one quick second. It's only going to take me just, oh, here we go. It says, have you ever had any irrational fears? Now, originally, I was going to save this question for the Q&A. However, the more I thought about it today, the more I'm like, you know what? This would probably be a good topic to talk about in a whole video. Instead of just like a 10-second answer, I could just do a whole video about this. That way, I can go ahead and tell you guys, you know, what I'm afraid of, how I deal with it, how I react to the fear, some fears that I may have conquered and how I conquered them, you know, overall general stuff like that. And so my friends, that is what we're going to be talking about today. I think that every single one of us, including those of us who are on the autism spectrum, have at least one fear in our lives. Something just scares us, every single one of us. And you know what? That's okay. I mean, you're probably sitting there going, oh, but I'm scared of this. Is that normal? Yes, it is. It's perfectly normal to be afraid of something. Some of you may have one fear. Some of you who may be like me may have several of them, whether you're autistic or not. Some of you may be scared of practically everything in your entire life. But that's okay, because that makes you human. All right, now down to the question. Do I have any irrational fears? And my answer is yes. I do have irrational fears, two of which are now phobias, but I have them. Alright, so I think what I should do is just tell you guys about the phobias first that are never going to be cured and that are going to remain with me until my final breath and on my deathbed. And then tell you guys the fears, what I'm afraid of, but what I do to help me cope with them. And then go into the fears that I have conquered and how I conquered them. So like I said, I have two phobias. The first one is pyrophobia. If you guys don't know what pyrophobia is, I'll probably have like a clear definition down here. It's basically where I'm afraid of fire. And in some cases, I am. Like, I'm definitely petrified of fire in some cases. In which cases, you may ask? Bonfires, campfires, fireplace fires, house fires, anything that does not defy a candle flame, I am afraid of. This started when I was about 7, 8, or 9 years old, and then I was at my elementary school, and my music teacher's car caught on fire, and as soon as her husband went to start the engine, all of a sudden it went woof, and then the husband like ran out of the car, and then right in front of me there was this big car fire. Like the flame was like, I don't know, maybe as high as my room. Like it was higher than this, than what I'm doing right now. It was pretty big. It was a pretty big flame. And ever since then, I have been completely terrified of bonfires, campfires, fireplace fires, house fires, any type of fire that is not a candle flame, I'm afraid of, and that is why. Alright, so there's the first phobia. Now I'm going to talk about the second phobia, or as my parents will like to call, the fear that I have that is so completely silly. The second phobia that I have is apophobia, or also known as melissophobia. And if you guys don't know what that is, it is a very extreme, high fear of an insect with black and yellow stripes, with a stinger on its butt, who makes honey, and who goes around stinging people. I'm afraid of bees, and wasps, and hornets, and blackjackets. And the funny thing is, I don't even remember the first time I got scared of them. I've always been afraid of bees. It's ridiculous. I am so petrified of bees. Like, it's ridiculous how afraid of them I am. I can go ahead and recall two of my earliest memories with this phobia. I think the first one happened when I was like 5 or 6 years old. We had that swing set, like one with the little hole where you could just look into and kind of like play a little peekaboo with your brother or your sister who will be on the other end. I look in there, I see a glow-in-the-dark beehive and a bee coming at me, and I ran as fast as I could, and luckily I was able to get in the house on time. Now the second incident happened when I was in 2nd grade. We were about to do this school play, and so we were a little bit early, so I'm like, okay, well, my head's kind of hurting, so I'll just go ahead and close my eyes for a second. Open my eyes, and right here on the bridge of my nose was a bumblebee. Right there on my nose. I panic, I freak out, and the bee just decided to run away from me. Which I don't know why it didn't even sting me. I know a lot of you guys right now are probably going, well, Taylor, I don't think you've ever been stung by one. I think if you get stung by one, you would see that there's nothing to be afraid of. Well, I did get stung at 13 years old by a hornet, and it hurt like crazy, and now I'm more petrified of them. I know some of you may also be going, well, Taylor, bees make honey. They make honey, we need the bees. Well, train the butterflies to make the honey. And here's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna take a couple of scientists, replace their lab coats with beekeeper outfits, then send them to 2 places, a bee sanctuary and a butterfly sanctuary, where in the name of science we grab a lot of bees and a lot of butterflies for testing, put them in 2 separate glass cases, except for putting 1 bee and 1 butterfly together in one in hopes of them falling in love, getting married, and having a baby. But if bee kills precious butterfly, bee will pay. We'll put him in a position we can't move, and then take some of its blood and DNA and then inject it properly into the butterfly. And then after many years of training and studying and being like a bee, we'll have our first case of honey made by butterflies. Hey, a person can dream, can't she? Okay, so those are the phobias that I know cannot change and know that I will never get over and that I will be afraid of for the rest of my life until I die. I am afraid of thunderstorms, which I think is pretty normal because for me personally, they are just super loud and I can hear the thunder much more. I am also afraid of loud noises. I don't like loud noises that much, again, because of the extra sensitive hearing. And what I would do is I would kind of put in my earphones and kind of listen to some gentle music. I also don't like flashing lights because they freak me out for some reason. I think it's kind of like an autism thing or something. But when that happens, what I do is I do this. I make sure that I look down so I'm not focusing on the lights. And then I'll have either my phone, my tablet, or a book, or something for me to focus on. For the longest time, I have always been afraid of candles. I've always been scared of them. It happened when I was 2 at my 2nd birthday party where the candles were right there directly in front of my face. And I was just so scared, and I've always been afraid of them until last year. So last year I decided to make the very bold and brave decision to go ahead and face and conquer my fear, and I did. What I did to conquer that fear was a lot of praying. I did a lot of praying. I also watched a lot of videos on YouTube where candles were in the videos. I think with any fear that anyone has, it's perfectly normal. But at times where you do get scared, you just have to think back and just kind of think about things and make you feel good, or do something to distract you, or talk about something, sing a song, watch a movie, play games on your phone or on your tablet, and sooner or later that feeling of fear will go away. So guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up if you guys liked it. Also in the comments below, feel free to submit me more questions for my upcoming Q&A video. And also, what are you most afraid of? I look forward to reading and replying to your responses below. And finally, as always, if you guys like this video and want to see more videos from me in the future, go ahead and give this channel a subscribe. Well guys, that's it for now. Until next time.